And I said, I do understand that Mary Kay is more than just lipstick and makeup. It is a vehicle that opens other doors for other opportunities. However, it is no longer the opportunity that serves me. I said, however, that doesn't take anything away from who you are and what you've gained and what you have given to me. Because you are good at what you do. But it is not for me. So, go on and do what you do.
However, go be great.
Yeah. So, however, she came back with more of an attitude with me. And I'm like, listen, I'm not about to argue with you. I said, I told you, this is taking nothing away from the crown that you have. You are absolutely good at what you do. And maybe this space is necessary for someone else. It is not necessary for me. But I am not taking anything away from you. My absence is not going to be felt, but obviously it is felt. I said, so just take what you're giving to me and give it to someone who else who can utilize it better than me, because there's nothing that it's doing for me. I'm in the way. This is for someone else.
Right idea, wrong person.
Yeah, I said, listen, you want me to be angry with you. You want me to say something nasty to you. But I don't have anything like that for you, because there's nothing that you've done that is a reflection of you not being good at what you do. It's just not for me. And I wish you all the best to continue doing what you do. This is my stop and I'm getting off. And I left it at that. And she was like, she said, well, you never let us know anything that you had going on. And this was the time that I was doing the virtual monologue and all this other kind of stuff. I said, all of these things are on my Facebook, everything that I've done. I said, so if you are really concerned and you really wanted to be supportive, you'd have showed up for those things.
Right.
I said, why would I have to announce these things and tell you when you say post everything that we're doing so that you can support? I said, these things have been posted quite a few times and neither one of y'all showed up for anything. I said, but I was not going to beg you to support me.
No, we don't do that.
And so you're still upset at the fact that I'm giving you your props, and that's still not enough. I said, listen, baby, be blessed, because I don't have nothing else for you.
I'm take that on over that way.
But this is the end of the conversation. Right. We're not talking anymore. And I didn't respond anymore. But people will try to make you follow them in the direction that they're going. And they don't understand why it's not happening. But then at the same time, they'll tell you your results may vary. Yeah, the results are going to vary because that's not for me.
Right.
If it's not for me to do, my results aren't going to look like yours. Right. Because my season is isolation. God ain't taking me in this direction. And the direction that he has been taking me is the direction that I'm in right now.
Right.
And so with me being where I am, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I feel comfortable with it all the time? No. Because let me tell you, the event Saturday, when we were in Atlanta, me getting up there to speak, I still haven't watched the whole video.
I have.
And see, I have not. And, I came home and I told Nate that I had to speak. And he said, well, how'd you do? I said, Nate, I hope I didn't ramble.
You didn't.
I said, because I can get to rambling sometimes. And he said, yeah, you can. He said, well, how long did you speak? I said, from my understanding, about 10 minutes. He said, well, no, you didn't ramble in 10 minutes. He said, because if it had you talked a little longer, you probably would have got to rambling. He said, but if it was 10 minutes, no, you didn't ramble.
Tell Nate to hop off, my friend.
He not at all. And so I was like, okay, I think I did good. I said, but I haven't gone back and watched it yet.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, Mom, I'm going to tell you, if you only talk for 10 minutes, ain't no rambling in there.
It wasn't any at all.
Because if you talk longer than 15 minutes, yeah, you going to ramble. And I mean, he said, you always get to your point of what you're saying. You circle back. He said, but you do get to rambling. I said, okay, well, nobody complained. I said, and nobody had any harshness to say. I said, but also
nobody looked bored.
No. And that's a subject that I can actually talk about. Look, she say nephew funny, honey. Listen, if you meet this child in person, your face is gonna
three
hurt.
of them are funny.
You can't listen. Let me tell you.
Even down to the grandbabies.
Yes. Because my grandbaby the other day, I just showed Tanya the video. She told me to hush my mouth. Y'all, I wasn't even talking. I was not even talking. We was just laying in the bed. And she said, TT, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth.
Hand over her mouth and everything.
And she just laughing like it was just hilarious. It's the most funniest thing in the world to her. You know, but